What's up guys, Daniel here. In this video I'm going to show you how to play Rather Be, performed by Marc Scibilia, originally by Clean Bandit. Michael Small, thank you for the request. It's in standard tuning with a capo on the 3rd fret, and I'm going to show you a few different versions to play because this song involves a lot of finger picking, so it might be a little challenging for beginners. We'll get started with the intro, which is one of the ways you can also play the verses and the chorus. Sounds like this. So the bass chords we're going to use for this are going to be E minor, that's 2nd fret A and D, rest are open, a D add 4, that's going to be the 5th fret A, 4th fret D, open G, 3rd fret B. It's basically a C shape, moved up 2 frets. We're going to use a C chord, 3rd fret A, 2nd fret D, open G, 1st fret B, and then we're going to go back to a regular G chord, and then down to a D over F sharp. But we're really only playing the bass notes on those ones, so I'll show you that when we get there. Now you want to set yourself up with that E minor chord. I use my middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string and my ring finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. Marc Scibilia uses index finger on the A string and middle finger on the D string. Either way, you need to keep your pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E string. So whichever way is more comfortable for you, use that. We're going to pluck the low E and the D string at the same time, leave D open, and hammer on to the 2nd fret. So I'm using my thumb to pluck the low E, and I'm using my index finger to pluck the D string. Now we're going to pluck the low E string again with our thumb, and now you're going to pluck the 3rd fret of the high E string with your index finger. So it's going to go. Now we're going to go to an open G string, open E, and then back to the open G. So it's just. So I'll do it a couple times a little slower. Now we're going to move to that D add 4. So like I said, it's just a C shape up 2 frets. So we got 5th fret A, 4th fret D, open G, 1st fret B, and this time you're going to use your pinky on the 5th fret of the high E string. And we're going to play this chord like this. So you can use your thumb on the 5th fret of the A string, and you're going to leave the D string open. You're going to pluck those 2 notes at the same time, use your middle finger to hammer onto the 4th fret of the D string. Then we're going to pluck 5th fret A again, 5th fret high E, and then we're going to go 3rd fret B, 5th fret A, and open G. So it's going to go. From here we're going to go to a C chord, so just take that same shape, move it down 2 frets, 3rd fret A, 2nd fret D, open G, 1st fret B, and now we've got 3rd fret high E. You're going to pluck it the exact same way with that initial hammer on. So pluck A and D at the same time, leave D open, hammer onto the 2nd fret. Pluck A again, then E, B, A, G. Alright, and for the last part of this progression, we're just going to go to the 3rd fret of the low E string. You're going to pluck that, open D, and then open B. And now you're going to pluck an open E string and hammer onto the 2nd fret of the E. And then open D, open B. So this one's very simple. It's just going to be. That's going to be our transition back to the 1st chord, which is E minor. So I'll play it all the way through a little bit slower, and again this is going to work for the intro, the verse, and the chorus. And now regular speed. Alright, so that was version 1. If that was too difficult for you, I'm going to show you a simplified version now. Otherwise, you can skip to this part of the video, which gets to the pre-chorus, and you already learned the chorus if you learned that part. So here we go. Simplified version sounds like this. So in this version, I'm taking out all the hammer-ons and I'm switching up the picking progression. So starting with the E minor, what we're doing now is plucking E, D, and then again we got the 3rd fret of the high E. So E, D, high E, and then we're going to go B, low E, B. So the pattern is going to be root, D, high E, B, low E, B. Now we're going to switch to the D add 4 and keep that same pattern. So this time the root is the 5th fret of the A string. Root, D, E, B, root, B. Now take this exact shape, move it down 2 frets. We've got our C chord with the added 3rd fret of the high E string. Same pattern. Root, D, high E, B, root, B. And now the last part we're going to play just like we did in the first version. So we got 3rd fret low E, D, B, and then do open hammer on to the 2nd fret of the E string, D, B. So all together it'll sound like this, and I'll play it a little bit slower. And now regular speed. So that's version 2. Alright, so if those 2 versions you just saw were too difficult, this is the most simplified version I could get. But in this version, we're going to take out the high E string. We're not going to play that one at all. It's going to sound like this. So the pattern for this progression is going to go root, D, B, G, root, G. So that E minor is going to go. Now we're going to switch to the D add 4. Our root note is going to be the 5th fret of the A string. We're going to do the same pattern. Root, D, B, G, root, G. Now we're going to move to the C chord, so take this same shape, 2 frets down, same pattern. And then lastly, we're going to play the 3rd fret of the low E, that's a G bass note. We're going to play E, D, B, and then you're going to pluck an open E, hammer onto the 2nd fret, D, B. And that's a walk down to repeat the progression. So all together, a little bit slower. And you're just going to repeat that for the verse, chorus, and intro. Should have said that first. Alright, the last part you need to learn is going to be the pre-chorus, and it's by far the easiest part of the song. It's going to sound like this. So we're going to start this progression off with an A minor 7. That's going to be open A, 2nd fret D, open G, 1st fret B, open high E. And we're going to strum this one down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Now we're going to switch to a B minor, so bar the 2nd fret of the A, D, G, B, and high E string. We got 4th fret D and G, 3rd fret B, and you're going to strum this one the same way. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Next chord we're going to do is going to be an E minor, and we're going to strum this one down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And when we go down again, you're going to move to the 4th fret of the D string, lightly touch the A string so it doesn't ring out, as well as the low E. You're just going to strum this one down, down, up, and then we're going to do the same shape and move it up 1 fret, so we got 5th fret D, still muting the low E and A string, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, back to the 4th fret, down, down, up. So the only string I'm fretting for this part is going to be that D string. I got 4th fret and 5th fret. So from that E minor, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 4th fret D, down, up, 5th fret, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 4th fret, down, down, up. And then we're going to repeat the progression. So I'll play it a little bit slower. With every step we take, key altered to the bay, strolling so casually. We're different and the same. Gave you another name, switch up the batteries. And then you get right back into the chorus. Alright guys, that does it for this lesson. If you have any questions or want to leave a request of your own, you can do so in the comments below. These tabs are going to be available on my website for free. The link is in the description if you want to check that out. And that's all for now. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.